What's up, y'all? What's up, man? Come on in here. Where y'all at? Come on in here, man. Get on in here. Get on in here to this live stream, man. Get on in here. It's time. Post-game live stream. Aaron Duncan. Let's say bluntness. Sports talk. Get into this live stream, y'all. Oh, my hat look goofy on me. Look goofy. I ain't got no haircut, as you can see, so I'm wearing the hat. I might have to turn it backwards. I don't know. What's up with y'all? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Shout out to y'all. This is Unnecessary Bluntness Sports Talk post game with Aaron Duncan here. Please give the video a thumbs up. It really helps me out in the algorithm because people need to hear what we about to talk about. Because we got a couple things to talk about. Actually, we got a lot to talk about. So go ahead, get on in here, give the video a thumbs up. Check in down below in the comments. Give me a what up, though. Let me know you in here. And share this with somebody. Share this with somebody else. Share it with a Panthers fan. Share it with an Eagles fan. They can't read good, so you may have to call them and send it to them and call them and let them know what we're doing because they can't read good. So make sure you if you share it with a Eagles fan, make sure you explain to them what's actually going on. Okay, do that too. Be a good Samaritan. Okay, because excuse me, we got some things to talk about. I hope y'all got a beer or something with y'all adult beverage because I got mine. Also got me some core water as well. But we here, man. Real quick, some shout outs in the comments. J47, what up, though? Rap Central, what's good? What up? Keone, what up, though? D Davis, what up, though? Kofizi, what's good? Nicole S, what up, though? Paul, what up, though? Jacob, what up? Aaron Zinnerman, what up, though? TG Bucks Gaming, what up, though? Shane, what's good? What up? Stony E, what up, though? Still not eliminated from playoffs. Facts. A Marshall says it's time to set the season now. United. Shout out to my guy Knucklehead K. I'm going to get this. He big super chat. What's good, Brody? What up, though? Said, let me start this thing off with a banger. Like, subscribe, join Patreon. Tough loss. Glad we were able to compete. We should have won that. Excel need those. Again, hit that button. It's free. Please hit that like button, man. It's free. It don't cost anything. It only take about 2 seconds to do it. And that really helps me out tremendously. If you want to support, like my guy Knucklehead K, who been a big time supporter, shout out to him for the love, man. You can leave a super chat. It's the most direct way for me to get you on the screen and answer your question. I know I'm sure y'all got a lot of comments and questions that want to be heard. And want to be addressed. So if you want to make sure that happens, you can secure that by leaving a super chat. And of course, independent creator, I love the support and I'm all about the grind. And it's tough today, man, because this is one of those days where we got to come together and talk about this stuff because I'm really sick. I'm really sick. I'm gonna keep going with these shout outs, but I'm really sick. Philip Jones, what up, though? Rails, what up, though? 805 Rick, what's good, brother? What up? Tyler, what's up? Pyromaster, what up, though? D Gross, what up, though? Will Robinson in the building. And I get all of them. Sleep Vic, what's good, bro? What up, Vic? What up, though? Miss Pause, what up, though? David Gore, what up, though? Cameron Stockstill, what up, though? Hey, chill on my on the sides of my cranium, brother. This is a snapback. It's adjustable. It just looked weird for today. I don't know why it looks so weird today. Maybe it's the glasses. I don't know. Appreciate you on the super chat though, bro. Appreciate you on the super chat though. Big Dog, what up, though? Josh, what up, though? Big Dog, he already got Big Dog. He said it twice. Rap Central already got you. Okay. D Carter C, what up, though? Antoine, what's good, brother? What's good, brother? Good hearing from you, brother. Shout out to my guy Ricky Bobati. Got to give a shout out to my boy. Got to give him a round of applause. Real good dude. Knowledgeable. One of my favorite creators. Cool dude too. Always a pleasure when I get to meet up with my guy Rick. Saw him at the game. What was that? The Kansas City game? At the tailgate. Shout out to Rick. Shout out to Panthers on tap too. Doing it well. Austin Wright, what's good, brother? All right, man. I'm sick, man. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. These are tough, man. And I told y'all last week, man, I'm not really for the moral victories. I get it. I get where we are as a fan base. I'm not gonna be naive to the fact that a lot of people are just proud to have something that doesn't feel like a waste of time every Sunday. I'm 100% aware of that. I'm not oblivious to that. You know what I mean? But it has to get to a point where we move off of this stuff. Like, you have to win these games. The NFL is made to have close games. Every team is made to be 8-9, 9-8, all that stuff. That's why we have free agency. That's why we have the salary cap. It's made for people not to sustain success for so long and for the worst to go to first and the first to go to last. It's made for close games. So you're not going to be defined by playing close games. You're going to be defined by winning close games. Almost beating the Kansas City Chiefs. Congratulations. You and 8 other teams that have done it this year get a banner. The Raiders turned around, who we know are a bad team, who we beat, almost beat the Chiefs. It doesn't seem that much of a thing to brag about. I mean, it's a good thing. I'm not going to act like it's nothing, but you're just another feather under their cap as a L. The Eagles, it was a close game. They struggled early on. They finished us later. They've only scored 17 points in the first quarter all year. They've done this all year. They struggled against most of these teams. They've now won 9 in a row. You're now just another feather under their cap. We have to start winning these games. It's one thing, and I know y'all all about the tank. These people want to get better draft position. It's a win-win. We found out that this is that, and we found out this is that, and we still secure the draft position. I don't really believe in the tank because, like, when you're tanking, I think of tanking like, okay, hey, we're looking for a quarterback. Let's tank so we can get the best quarterback. Guys, we have a quarterback now. Picking in the top 10, top 5, you're going to get a good player regardless. So I don't really care about where we finish in this draft position. We need help everywhere. So any pick, going best player available, we're probably going to get somebody that's going to help our team regardless. But what's going to help our team for real, is winning these type of close games. I'm looking at the Lions. The Lions, before, when it was just a scrub team in Dan Campbell's first year, when they turned things around, when they competed down the stretch, they didn't make the playoffs, but they finished the season very, very strong. And a lot of people are trying to compare that rebuild to this rebuild. The Lions finished 8-2. The Lions finished 8-2 that year. They started 1-6. They finished 8-2. They didn't have a bunch of almost wins and then rolled that into being an NFC contender. No, they were winning these games. They competed. They built real confidence. They finished those close games. They beat teams and be like, hey, yeah, we're all right. The Panthers have to, like, and I think I'm not saying the players are doing this. I'm just saying as a fan base and us as we watch the game, you know what I'm saying? Being able to play with any team in the league doesn't really mean much for me. I want to be able to beat any team in the league. You know what I'm saying? We can compete with any team in the league. I want to be able to beat, I want them to say, oh, the Panthers can beat any team in the league. Watch out for them. When they get to this, they're dangerous. When they get to that, they're dangerous. Because we're 3-10 right now. If these past 3 games, these moral victories, if they actually turn into real victories, what are we? 6-7. The Falcons just lost again. Yes, the Bucs won, but we would have beat the Bucs during that stretch. And so we're in the driver's seat, not in the driver's seat, but we're in pole position to potentially win a division and get to the playoffs. Do you know what a potential, like, when we played in 2022 with Steve Wilkes, having meaningful ball down the stretch where there was actually something on the line on a week-to-week basis for us, the fact that the playoffs were potentially on the line, the fact that y'all were so mad at Steve Wilkes for losing to the Steelers, the fact that we were so mad at Eddie, the fact that we were so pissed off that JC got hurt, or the fact that we were pissed off at CJ Henderson, is because those games actually meant something. The games actually meant something. And the stakes were high. You guys knew what the stakes were. So being able to be in the thick of it, winning those games, it's a whole different ball game, and I think it's a whole different mindset. You almost winning and then still getting the draft pick, it doesn't do anything for the people in the locker room. The guys in the locker room, they want to win. We've been down and out so long. They're over that. At least they should be. They want to win. It's a win or loss league. It's not any moral victories. You don't get any Kool-Aid points for being able to compete with any team in the league. No, that don't pay the bills. That don't put food on the table. It doesn't. We need to finish these games, and being able to find a way to finish these games is going to do a lot more. Everybody plays close games. Everybody does in this league. It's the teams that win these games that are good. The Eagles, they win these close games. The Chiefs, they keep getting away with murder, but that's the reason why they're one of the best teams in the league, because they win. They find a way to win these close games instead of finding a way to lose. I'm not going to be happy about, a delay of game because we didn't snap the ball to the quarterback. Now it's 4th and 9. I'm not going to be happy about a drop touchdown pass in the end zone and, we know that we would have won, or we could have won, or we should have won if Eddie missed his field goal, or if XL catches his pass. I want to win these games, guys. I want to. It's a whole different ball game, man. It's a whole different ball game. And it does a lot more for our team to win these games and get their mind together and build that confidence that, hey, we can knock off anybody. Knock off anybody when we play our game. And the thing, the bright side out of this is, yes, the Panthers aren't necessarily killing themselves all game with penalties and turnovers and stuff like that. So it's going to put you in the thick of it. If you play sound football, like Canales has been talking about, getting your football right, you're going to be able to compete. Let Bryce Young be special every so often, a couple of plays, and we're going to be in these games. You have to win. It shouldn't be enough to just be in these games. But kudos to the Eagles, man. Kudos to the Eagles. But I don't know, man. Let me in this super chat real quick before I change gears. Shout out to my guy George Mahimbo with the super chat. $20. Appreciate you, brother. So keep up the great work and content, bro. Team has to figure out how to finish games, but heading in the right direction. In my opinion, have our QB and coach of the future. Yeah, I mean, the bright side is Canales, like I said last week, Canales seems to be the guy, for one. The play calling has seemed to get better and better. Him and Bryce seem to be putting things together. And for 3, he hasn't been broken under the pressure of playing and coaching for David Tepper. We know coaches that typically coach for the Panthers age like milk. They age like a president through his first term. Fast. It's a lot of stress. But Dave Canales still seems to be positive. The positivity has seemed to kind of see us through to the point it's helped Bryce. It's helped the team believe. And people are buying in to what's going on. So I'll go down moral victory lane for you guys for a few minutes. And so, cool. But I want to win these games, man. because it's going to build that cachet and that confidence for Bryce, yes, of course, but also Dave Canales. First year coach, bet on himself leaving Tampa, rolls through the ranks pretty fast, a lot of question marks, especially after some of the moves he made with benching Bryce and stuff. It just changes. The narrative is completely different. The narrative is completely different if you win these games. It is. But shout out to my guy George. Yes, I think we do have our quarterback and our coach. Hallelujah. Shout out to my guy Will Robinson on the Super Chat. Hold on, my beer about to overflow. All right. Said winners win. Wanting draft position is a loser mentality. People need to have some pride. Bro, exactly. I'm not going to lie to you. No disrespect to the Eagles, but they got one of the most obnoxious fan bases in the league. Do you know what would have happened had we smoked them today? We were 14-point underdogs. Somebody bet $3.1 million that the Eagles would win. $3.1 million. You know what he was sweating like today? Like what we could have done. It would have set the world on fire winning these games. But letting them off the hook, you just another notch under their belt. They won 9 in a row. They on to the next week. They probably got a division for the Commanders, the Cowboys. I don't know who they got. They don't got the Cowboys. We got the Cowboys. But it's just another notch under their belt. Have some pride. Appreciate you, brother, on the support. Shout out to my guy Double O Kane on the Super Chat. Dave Canales is having a better start in Carolina than Dan Campbell had in Detroit. We are a year away. The culture is being built. Excuse me. I'm just saying. I want to win these games. The year before, well, I guess 2022, because last year the Lions really became a contender, and they parlayed that into obviously what's going on now. They finished 8-2. They finished 8-2. And we smoked them when they came to Carolina. We smoked them. You know, we ran for about 300. We ran for 300 on them. You know what I'm saying? We ran for 300 on their head top. But it's you. I want to win these games, bro. I want to win these games. It's not enough for me. It's not enough for me. And I don't want to hear anything about going into the year or earlier this year, we would have, if you had told me this was going to happen, we would have been whoopty-whoopty-whoop. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like with more information, we can make adjustments on our expectations. And seeing them play like this, like they said, they expect to be in these games. Now go win them. That's where I'm at. But I agree. I mean, Dan Campbell went 3-13 in his first year. So I hear what you're saying. Maybe Dave need to start eating some kneecaps. Maybe. It sounded crazy. Everything sounds crazy till it don't, right? Everything sounds crazy till it doesn't. But you guys make sure you please give the video a thumbs up if you have not. We got the high level stuff out the way. Let's get into the nitty gritty. I'm pissed off, bro. I'm sick because, like, another reason I'm sick is Jonathan Brooks, man. I'm absolutely like, and I just made the film breakdown. I was so excited for the upside and the potential. but we don't have the exact prognosis or whatever, but non-contact injury on the right knee going down without being hit, it doesn't look good, man. It doesn't look good. And this was a guy that I talked about was going to bring something to this team that we don't have, and that's that yak. That's that ability to create something when stuff is messy. I'm just absolutely sick. The dude, and like I said, I've told y'all before, I myself, I'm not as good as any of these guys. I'm not a world-class athlete, but I have had ACL surgery and been through the rehab process. And I'm here to tell you that the rehab process is the worst part. The injury is only going to hurt for a little bit. They got all kind of medication and opioids that's going to make that pain go away. The pain is not going to last forever. But the mental part of going through that rehab once is tough enough. I went through it once. I told myself if I tore the rehab was so bad. If I tore my ACL again, I would literally retire from football because the rehab is just that bad. And for him to tear, I'm not even going to say what it is. For him to injure the same knee just a week after you feel like you might be back, and if he has to go through that process over again, I really, really feel for him, man. I really, really feel for him. He's young. He just turned 21 this summer. He's young. A lot of potential. He was the first running back selected. We picked him in the second round. You could see the flashes last week. Yeah, they may need me to play running back. After Blackshear got hurt, Blackshear went to the hospital. But I'm just sick for him, man. I'm sick. This game just made me sick, man. And this was early. This was his first carry. It's tough, man. It's tough. We haven't got, like I said, we haven't got the prognosis. I'm sure we'll get it tomorrow during Dave Canales' press conference. But it just didn't look good, man. And lo and behold, it happened on grass. It happened on grass. I don't know. And it happened on grass, unfortunately. It's not like it was turf. And you could blame it on that. It happened on grass. So y'all make sure y'all keep them in y'all thoughts. Hope for the best prognosis. Hope for a speedy recovery, whatever the outcome may be. I absolutely sick for the young fella. But it's tough. Injuries, man, they're part of the game. They're not fair. They don't discriminate. It happens, man. It happens. You guys make sure you get a video thumbs up if you have not, man. We rolling today. We're talking about this game and how sick I am from this game. Please get a video thumbs up if you have not. If you have not. But thoughts and prayers for Blackshear too. Blackshear had a chest injury. He went to the hospital. Chuba Hubbard was the only running back today. He's the only running back today. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to lie. He had a good shake back performance. 20 carries, 92 yards, a touchdown. Only averaged 3.5 per carry. Wasn't the most efficient running day, but I felt like when we needed to run, he got the yards we needed. Right? This is the number one defense in the league. It's the number one defense in the league. So when we needed to run, he got it. According to Next Gen Stats, Chuba Hubbard had a career high 10 missed tackles forced. Career high. A very, very good performance for a guy that had to play pretty much 100% of the second half for sure, but most of the game with no backup, knowing you had no backup, knowing you can't tag out, and still handle 20 carries. Also, shout out to Chuba Hubbard for breaking 1,000 yards. 1,000 yards for Chuba Hubbard, man. As a longtime Chuba truther, I can honestly say I did not see this coming myself. But I thought he would be good. I knew he was capable of more, but he has really gone far and beyond to exceed expectations. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Chuba, man. A big story for development. A true testament of growth, development, hard work, waiting for your turn, keeping your head down. Just a testament for it. 1,000 yards with still, 4 games to go? And he's the unquestioned lead back now. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him. Just like I said, a testament on growth and development. And giving guys grace. Y'all crucified this man. Nailed him to the cross. He dropped passes. He couldn't. Sometimes he tripped over his own feet. But he put in the work, kept his head down. They brought in starters ahead of him. He just took advantage of every opportunity. They brought in Foreman. He was behind Christian McCaffrey. They brought in Miles Sanders with a big bag. But what did he do? Just keep his head down, keep working, keep putting in that work on your weaknesses, and take advantage of your opportunities, and he's done that. He's a testament for growth and why you should have grace for your young players. And I think that same grace that we should have learned from Chuba should have been extended to Bryce, because a lot of people are looking crazy because Bryce Young has been hooping. Bryce Young has been hooping. You want to talk about a clutch gene? It's getting to the point that when Bryce Young gets in these late game situations, I'm expecting him to get the ball down the field. All 4 of his wins have come in game-winning situations. He could have more against the Chiefs if our defense can get a stop. And if we didn't have the fumble last week for Chuba, all 4 of his wins have been game-winning touchdown drives. I'm starting to expect it. Another drive putting us in position to win the game. He can't catch it for Excel. But he matriculated the ball down the field, even with some magic. Breaking a sack, getting his sleeve ripped off. They ripped his sleeve off. They ripped the sleeve off of Bryce. And he threw it on the scramble drill. This is one play before he threw an illegal pass downfield and was cheesing. He took a penalty, a loss of down, and a 1-yard loss. He's smiling after the play, after the flag. Smiling. Then turn around, scramble, spin around. They said he was too small, but he's throwing passes with somebody ripping his sleeve off and draped on his legs. He's throwing it right to XL, putting it on his chest. Gain of 20. Clutch. Houdini. There were people telling us that he was too small, that he would get smoked in the league. Not realizing that most of that same D line he faced today, he faced in college. He faced that same D line in college, in the SEC championship, and in the regular season. He's seen them dudes before. They said he was too small. They said he didn't have the arm. They said doing all that dancing around wasn't going to carry over. They called him the outlier for a reason. It's not going to look like what you're used to, people. It's going to be unorthodox. It ain't going to be pretty all the time. They call him the outlier for a reason. They call him the outlier. It's not going to be what you're used to looking at, people. It's not. It's not going to be orthodox. It's not going to be traditional. But tell me that Bryce Young didn't drive us almost 98 yards down the field. If it went for a drop, a 98-yard legacy drive. We all saw it. We all saw it. Bryce Young, he putting it down, dog. Look composed, look under control. That D-line they have is ferocious. They have, like I said, they have the number one defense. They've been hooping. The number's not going to knock your socks off. 19 for 34, 191, a touchdown and a pick. Obviously had multiple throwaways. Bryce Young is that dude. And if you're not a believer now, it's almost too late to get on board. Because at this point, Bryce Young has shown me enough that he's the franchise guy. He's shown me enough. And like I said, it may not be traditional. It may not always be pretty. But now it's up to the coaches and the front office to make sure we see more performances like we've seen over the last 4 or 5 weeks. And maximize that even more. It's up to them. Because Bryce Young has shown he's done his part. He's shown that he has what it takes. Now it's up. I mean, obviously he has a part too. He's going to put in that work. He's built the right way. But it's up to the front office and the coaching staff to continue to cultivate an environment to make sure that we get more performances like we've seen over the past 5 weeks. Because he has that clutch gene, bro. He has that clutch gene. Like, bro, he was smiling before that clutch throw to Excel. He was smiling. He had messed up at a penalty. He was cheesing. I'm so sick that we didn't finish this game. Hey, Xavier Legette, man. You got to catch that, bro. You got to catch that, bro. We already talked about him dropping that one down the sideline and ended up being a pick. And then he dropping that one against the Chiefs. And then the whole quote that went viral, everybody was talking about it, saying that make sure he come back to him. Bryce hit him up, said, hey, man, I got you. I'm going to keep coming back to you. You going to make the next one. This was the next one, and he didn't make it. He didn't make it. We got to have those, man. We got to have those. It hurt. I'm sick. I'm sick. Because I'm a big XL fan, man, and I'm not out on him. I know a lot of people are writing him off, calling him a bust. We should have took this guy. We should have took that guy. Again, grace is scarce in this fan base. I just told you about how y'all wrote off Chuba Hubbard. And what does he do? He's a hard worker, just like Excel. Those guys figure it out. Those guys figure it out. Bryce Young, you wrote him off. He's turned it around. He's a hard worker. He's built the right way. Those guys figure it out. We got to give Excel some grace. I'm giving him some grace because he's a rookie. But you got to make them type of plays because them drops get in your head. Them drops get in your head, man. It starts to get mental. He's just got to work on it. And he's not a natural pass catcher. You can see he fights the ball at times, lets the ball get into his body ever so often. But it's tough, man. It's tough. And I think he'll be better. He'll be better. But it's just in the moment, man, it's tough. But this is what happens. I think everybody wanted that youth movement at wide receiver. This is what's going to happen when you want that youth movement. Especially y'all out there that was crazy enough to say, we need to phase Adam Thielen out. I don't want Thielen taking any reps away from Jalen Coker or XL or any of the young guys. Adam Thielen put the team on his back. Adam Thielen's going to catch the ball every time. Adam Thielen's going to be clutch whenever we need him to be. It may take him a moment, but he's going to be clutch. Another game where on fourth down, we needed an out route to move the sticks, and Bryce Young goes to Adam Thielen on the sideline. Last week, it was the one-handed catch. Kansas City, he caught that clutch one on that last drive as well. This week, he did it again. Adam Thielen is that guy. I'm sorry. Adam Thielen is that guy. And I tweeted it out. Today was the ultimate. Today was historic. NFL history had to be made today. We had the rare matchup of a slot receiver, a white slot wide receiver, somebody that Bill Belichick would love in Adam Thielen, going against a white slot corner in Cooper DeJean. This is something, we don't have too many white corners in the league. Cooper DeJean is the outlier too, and he's been balling. He's the young gun. Adam Thielen is the vet. This was a matchup that was epic, must-see TV, and Adam Thielen schooled him. He schooled him. Hit him with the double move early on, then hit him with the push-off and got away with it, then juked him for the first down. 100 yards today? Thielen had 100 yards today? Adam Thielen, he took him to school. And DeJean ain't no slouch. DeJean ain't no slouch, bro. He had him on skates. Bro, he had DeJean fighting for his life. Out there. It was funny to see. Just the vet continuing to school him. Look, man, Adam Thielen can play on my team, and he got one more year left on his contract. So I'm good. I'm good with bringing Thielen back. XL is going to take a little time for him to marinate and be that guy. And to be honest, a lot of y'all are some prisoners of the moment, because last week we gave up all the yards on the ground. Everybody was like, we need to go defense. And I was like, well, Panthers are probably in a BPA territory. There were a lot of drops last week. And so, like, if we caught some of those drops, it may give the defense a little bit more room for error. And nobody's been tougher on the defense this year than me. But I think the Panthers are in BPA territory in terms of the draft. Because you can't tell me that a dependable wide receiver like Ted McMillan or T. Higgins, being our lead dog, would take pressure off of Excel. Then you got Thielen in the slot with Coker as well, too. Would just completely feel so much better about some of these plays that's being missed out there. But to be honest, I said it last week, it shouldn't have took y'all seeing XL drop a game winner for us to think that we needed more weapons. XL showed some flashes of being that big dog, but until he shows that dependability, we should move accordingly and get an established vet or a guy like Ted. We need somebody that can compete right away. We don't need no more developmental guys, and I think XL is going to develop. We need somebody that's going to come in day one and hoop. We need a day one dog. Straight up. Day one, dog. We don't need nobody that's going to just sit in the oven and marinate on 325 and slow or whatever, do something slow cook. We need somebody that's going to come in day one, whether it's paying money in free agency or getting a guy like Tech, because we're going to be in Tech territory for the draft. And there's a lot of edge rushers in this draft. I know we can get some defensive players in the second round. So it shouldn't have took that. Because people are so swift. They prisoners of the moment. Because last week it was drops. They was and we gave up 200 yards rushing and 150 to Bucky Irving, and people wanted to go defense. Let me tell you something. We gave up 200 yards again today, guys. And I know it's Saquon, but we gave up 200 yards again as a team. The run defense was just as bad as it was last week. But being the prisoners of the moment that this fan base is, everybody's on the wide receiver train now. It's hilarious to watch. But I think the Panthers are in a good spot where they just need to go BPA, and being probably top 10, which is look like we're probably headed to be, they're going to be able to get a good player regardless. So I'm good on the tank talk. I'm good on the tanking talk. But they definitely need to get a day one dog at wide receiver. Shout out to my guy, that was my Knucklehead on the chat. Said, don't stop playing. You know you got some fuel in the tank still. We need a running back. Look, man. They got my number. I know they see my videos. I know they see my workout videos. If they need me to take a couple snaps, I'm there. My knee may not be any better than Jonathan's because I had ACL surgery too. But if they need me, bro, I'll step up. I have to, bro. Y'all just better not be y'all better not be dragging me like y'all doing XL right now. Y'all are mean. Y'all are mean. I get out there, play running back. Y'all gonna be dragging me on the internet like y'all doing XL. I ain't like them. I'm gonna clap back. Them players ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna clap back. I'm gonna clap back. Y'all talk about me. The way y'all talking about XL, I'm clapping back. Shout out to Double O Kane on the super chat. Said, feel bad for Brooks. Side note, XL needs to fight Chuba for the jug machine reps at the practice. It's plenty of room because it's Tommy Tremble and it's Chuba Hubbard together. They do it at the practice. XL need to go home and get on there. Work on them hands, bro. Work on them hands. You got to get comfortable with plucking it. With squeezing it, grabbing it instead of having a cradle or letting it get into your body. You got to get comfortable with squeezing it. He's had them drops letting it get into his body since preseason. Remember the preseason game? He had that drop because he let it get into his body. You got to work on getting comfortable plucking and squeezing the ball. Said that Chuba contract look genius now. And people were dragging it too. Dragging it. Said Chuba is loyal to the mantra of keep pounding. 1,000%. A testament. A true testament of it, bro. Keep your head down, put in that work. Shout out to Will Robinson on Super Chat. Said Phil Simms was the main talking head, talking ish about his size, and he is an NFL quarterback. Now he's saying, look at his growth, as if we don't have the receipts. That's the thing about the internet and creating content, bro. These things never go away. We have all the receipts. And I'm proud of all Panthers fans standing on business, spinning the block on all the haters. Shout out to all the Panthers fans that's spinning the block on these haters. Don't let them, they cop and please. The haters are cop and please. They didn't want to look at the circumstances with Bryce. They didn't want to look at the bad coaching or the lack of weapons or the 60-something sacks. They didn't want to give grace. But now we were the butt of every joke. Now we a cute story that everybody wanna ride on and coattail. Nah, pull them receipts on everybody. Spin the block on everybody. Do not be the bigger person. I highly advise y'all to not be the bigger person when it comes to these Bryce Young receipts. Do not be the bigger person. They've been kicking us while we down as Panthers fans for years. Last year was one of the worst years of being a fan ever. We only won one more game so far, but things are on the up and up. And when you have a chance to talk trash and spin the block, take advantage. Take advantage. One thing about them tables, they always gonna turn. So do not be the bigger person when it comes to these Bryce Young receipts. Go get them. Go get all of them. And don't let them cop no please. They cop it please. Well, he was playing like trash and he got benched. Everybody was saying that. No, y'all were saying that he wasn't the quarterback in this league. He was too small. He don't belong. We wasted our franchise on this. We could have had Caleb Williams. We could have had CJ Stroud. All this and that. Y'all said everything. Y'all called that man everything but a child of God. Y'all weren't just saying that he was playing bad at the moment. No, y'all went too far. Y'all went further than that. So don't give them no mercy. Do not be the bigger person. Do not. Shout out my guy Knucklehead, letting everybody know that hit that like button one time for the one time. Because them is free. They free. They don't cost nothing. It's that time of year we ain't gonna get nothing for free. It's Christmas time. But them likes is free. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a month we were playing well. Anyone going to the Dallas game? I hope. Yeah, I'm not gonna be there. I'll be at the Falcons game at the end of the year. I'm going to the Falcons game at the end of the year. As an Eagles fan, I see you. Good game. GG's to y'all, man. GG's to y'all Eagles fans in the chat. GG's to y'all. I feel like we let y'all off the hook, man. We let y'all off the hook. Where's the money coming from Higgins? I don't know. We got Marty Bird. Working in the front office, so he need to manipulate that cap. The same place that money for Robert Hunt and Damian Lewis came from. I didn't know where that money came from either. They need 2 jugs. What are you saying? Yeah, we didn't have we didn't have like why y'all keep asking why? I mean how? And why not? Y'all keep asking why instead of why not. Y'all asking the wrong questions. Where do we have the money? Because I'm trying to say, where do we have the money to pay $100 million for Robert Hunt and another $50-something million for Damian Lewis? We didn't use Brian Burns' money for Hunt. You can manipulate the cap. You can manipulate the cap. Yeah, they put the money. They find. Look, I told y'all we needed a big nickel. We needed a big nickel, and they started playing Damani Richardson at big nickel today. I like that. I like that move. I didn't know how I would feel about it. I got to look at a little bit more tape to see how he did in coverage. But I like playing Damani Richardson at big nickel. This is a young guy that needs to be on the field. He's high motor, high energy. He's not afraid to lay the lumber. He could play. He got benched once Fuller came back. But he was leading the team in tackles them 2 weeks that he started at safety when we needed him. They needed to get him on the field. They needed to get him on the field, and I'm glad they did. Ozark money. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We got Marty Bird and Brent Tillis. That's what we brought him for. That's what we brought him in for. I don't think we got any dead cap next year. Yeah, the Saints took it too far. But see, the Saints a dirty team. The Saints a dirty team, yeah. Dirty business. Yeah, we don't have much dead cap next year. We finally we took the L, we bit the bullet. Finally got that dead cap gone. Finally got that dead cap gone. Finally got the dead cap gone. But speaking of the offensive line, all that money we spent, hey, man, the O-line, bro, they did their big one today. And it wasn't always clean, but I think they're getting used to Bryce Young. They're getting used to Bryce Young's drops. Bryce Young takes deeper drops. And that some of that has to do with him being shorter and having the vision. Bryce can play in the pocket as well and step up when it's spread out and stuff, but when it's crowded, Bryce likes to take them deeper drops. Bryce likes to take those deeper drops. But I think he's been navigating. His escapability has been crazy. Navigating the trash, getting out of the pocket. This dude is just fast enough to outrun that one guy that's trying to get him. He's always got that one guy breathing out his neck, and he's just fast enough to outrun him. He's just fast. And the combination of the O-line's prowess and then Bryce Young being able to get out of those sacks, it's working together now. They're used to each other. They're used to each other. So I'm liking the meshing. I'm liking what they're doing. It's been pretty up to snuff. Now, Jalen Carter did have 6 pressures. I looked at it. He had a career high 6 pressures. He put in work. But again, Bryce Young has faced these monsters before in college. He's seen them. And if you haven't noticed, we have Houdini at quarterback. A magician. Yeah, Lamar take them deep drops too. But we have Houdini at quarterback. If you haven't noticed, he's slippery. He is slippery. And like I said, and somebody said it on Twitter. He's got that Mahomes type of speed. That he ain't fast. He got that the letter N plus 1 speed. Like algebra. And the letter N equals whoever's the defender catching him. Whoever's chasing him, he going to be one step faster to get out of the pocket and outrun him. He's going to be one step faster. One step faster. One step faster. Shout out to my guy Reed Daniels on the super chat. XL drops are officially a problem now. One big neg. Look, man, we talked about it earlier. He got to come up with them plays. But like I said, we have to get to a point, man, like we can't write him off. We can't call him a bust. He got to come up with these plays, though. And it's going to get to a certain point where it gets in his head. I don't think Bryce is going to lose confidence in him. I don't think his teammates are going to lose confidence in him. I don't think the coaches are going to lose confidence in him. But he got to worry about player number one. He's got to worry about player number one. That confidence in yourself. This game is all about confidence. You can see the difference with Bryce Young playing with confidence. It's about player number one. If you ain't got it in this league, you lost. So I'm not worried about the hands. He's got the work ethic to get it right. It's going to be about his head. He got to get that mind right. He got to get that mind right. So I'm going to give him grace. I'm not going to pronounce him dead. I'm not going to put him 6 feet under like a lot of fans are. But he's got to make these plays. These are legacy-defining plays. Because just thinking out loud, just think about the narrative of this game. It's about legacies. Just think about the narrative of this game. XL has had many drops this year. But if we go to Philly on the road, Bryce Young drives us 98 yards, and the people that make the play is our rookie receiver. He gets the drive going with a 20-yard chunk play, and then he ices the drive with another 20, 30-yard touchdown catch over the top, beating Darius Slay for a touchdown after he's been plagued by drops. You're cementing Bryce Young already. You're cementing his legacy already. The doubters have nothing to say. They have nothing to say because the doubters now, they box score watchers. He only had 191 passing yards. That's going to put Bryce at about 225, 230 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick, and a 98-yard road drive against the best defense in the NFL to win the game. And then XL, you're going to right all the wrongs, wash all your sins away from prior games where you drop passes. All the naysayers that say don't drive South Carolina players because they always do us dirty. You putting all in the bed too. And your confidence for yourself is going to go through the roof. Your rookie wide receiver steps up and secures the game-winning touchdown catch. The whole narrative of the game is different, man. It's different. It is. So that's what hurts the most about missing them type of plays, man. It hurts. Shout out to my guy Will Robinson on the Super Chat. So this Bryce, resurgent will help recruit free agents and enable to select BPA in the draft. That's why I think we should win. I think the wins too, because the people be like, oh, they really building something when you can actually knock these good teams off. And we don't have many good teams left on the schedule. So I think we kind of blew our opportunity for that. But right now, winning them games takes you from being a cute story to be like, oh, the Panthers are really they're doing something. When you win it, when you beat these teams instead of almost losing to them like everybody else does, people like, oh, they have to take a step back. All them jokes they was cracking in week 1. Every time you turned on SportsCenter, that was cracking on us as a franchise. Short jokes about Bryce. Talking about David Tepper, who probably deserved it. But it changes. They putting their foot in their mouth now. When you win them games. Free agents notice. Like, oh, they building something. They want to come play for you. They notice. You go from being that cute little story about the Panthers are so fun to watch. And shout out to Kay Adams. Love the work she does. Love the show. Lovely lady. But I told folks, these moral victories don't mean nothing because you ain't nothing but a little cute story. You nothing but a little cute story when you almost beat teams. You got to beat these teams for them to really take you serious. And they be like, oh, the Panthers really doing something. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, oh, everybody gives us their best shot every week. It's no matter. No wonder the Panthers play well. Everybody gives us their best every. No, you got to knock these teams off. When you got a chance, you got to knock them out. Knock them off. I'm out for blood. We done been talked about and kicked around too much. I want these wins. I'm ready to talk trash. It don't mean nothing to me. If I'm not wearing no captain's hat on this live stream, ain't no moral victory. If I'm not wearing the captain's hat on this live stream, it don't mean enough to me. It don't mean enough. I need to be wearing the captain's hat on this live stream. O-line's the heart and soul of the team. Dude, the trenches, bro. But let's talk about defense, man. Because the defense, look, man, we can't stop the run. We can't stop the run. Like I said, we gave up 200 yards rushing again. Saquon broke LaShawn McCoy's record. He only went for $120 only. We gave up 200 yards again. But I don't know if they just got to the point where they're just like, hey, man, y'all got the run. We can't stop it. We're going to let y'all have it. We're going to let y'all have it. We're going to squat on these passing plays. And that's the thing. I think a lot of people, we talked about the bend but don't break defense by Ajiro. And a lot of people are like, why do you play so soft? Why do you keep things in front of you? And today was probably a big reason for it, partially. Because a lot of teams in the NFL, they don't have they don't have the patience from a play caller. These play callers do not like to run the football. Most of them. I'm not going to put them in a box. They do not like to run the football, though. They don't. They prefer to pass. It's fun. It's sexy. You get the flashy plays. It's the fastest way to push the ball down the field. They don't have the patience to just commit to the run. We getting smoked on the run all game, but they won't stick with it. Saquon was coming out. They kept trying to throw down the back stretch instead of running the ball. They don't have the patience. But number two, teams don't have they can't execute all the time. Being able to execute for 8 to 10 plays because the team is making you, instead of getting big plays, they're making you take the chunk plays, the 5 yards here on the run, the 7 yards here on the pass, stuff like that. Teams don't have the discipline to be able to execute without making a mistake, whether it's a missed pass, a drop, a penalty that puts you behind the sticks that makes it impossible to overcome, or even a turnover. Teams don't have the discipline to do that consistently, right? So you're betting on that as a defense. And you're also betting that, hey, if we just hang in there long enough, plays are going to come to us. Like I said, we're going to force a negative play ever so often if we blitz and get them behind the sticks and make them punt. You bend but don't break. If you hold them to field goals, they're going to miss a field goal like the Eagles did today. Or if you take field goals and you score touchdowns yourself, 7 is going to be better than 3. So you're gambling on that as well. But today, it just felt like they knew they didn't have a chance against that big old offensive line of Saquon, so they just conceded. They made a few plays ever so often. DJ Johnson even made plays. He makes a play ever so often that makes you go, but you can't be fooled. You know what I'm saying? But that's kind of the thing about it. Y'all get me off track looking at this chat. But the thing is, it worked today. We shut down the passing game. Jalen Hurts had 100 yards passing. He was outplayed by Bryce Young tremendously. 14 for 21, 108 yards, 2 touchdowns. A.J. Brown, 4 catches, 43 yards. Devontae Smith, 4 catches, 37 yards, and a touchdown. The tight end had 3 for 16. The A.J. Brown, that yardage came when J.C. got hurt. You know what I'm saying? But they played off, let them run, suffocate the pass. They're not trading Bryce Young, first of all. And they're not getting 2 firsts in 2 seconds for Bryce Young. It's just outrageous. But the defense, they played okay. They just could not stop the run. They played pretty good. They corralled the passing game. But I'm so sick. I'm going back to telling you what I'm sick about. I'm going back what I'm sick about because I'm absolutely sick and tired of us letting quarterbacks escape the pocket and scramble when we in clutch situations. You letting them out the back door or you missing sacks. I know Jalen Hurts squats 6,000 pounds, but get this man on the ground. There was a couple, look, the second to last drive, I guess, it didn't come back to kill us. But that drive before half, after Bryce Young threw a pick, so yeah, it was points off turnovers. But the scrambles, man, we had a chance. That's a 4-point swing. And we lost by 6. Should have been less had it not been for you know who, but we're going to talk about him a little bit later. But that's a 4-point swing. That's the difference between forcing a field goal, potentially, because it was going to be second and forever if you get Jalen Hurts down, versus letting him scramble, and now they're getting a touchdown. It makes me sick. This is if it ain't Jalen, it's Baker Mayfield. If it ain't Baker Mayfield, it's Patrick Mahomes. Like, fam, get the quarterback on the ground, please. Y'all had 4 sacks, but you could have had more. You could have had 6. You could have had 6. You could have had 6 of them. There's just 1 or 2 plays here and there that are difference between winning and losing, man. That's why these moral victories don't make me feel better. Because the game is there. It's not like you gave it your best and then, they were just better than us. No. You could have been better. If you control what you can control and you do it and make the plays that's there, you win these games. And winning them gives you that confidence that the next time it happens, you're going to do it. Instead of having that doubt in your brain, the next time it comes up, here we go, another close game where if I don't know, man, I'm playing real nervous because last time this happened and we messed up and we lost, so you start playing real tight. Start playing real tight. But when you win these games, when you've been in the scenario, you be like, hey, guys, we've been here before. We've been here before. We won this type of games before. Let's do it. Let's do it. And you put it together and you win. You make it over. You make it to the top of the mountaintop. It means a lot more than these almost victories that some people are being happy about and satisfied with. I'm not, because it ain't no guarantee that we gonna be doing all this. Ain't no tomorrow. Ain't no guarantee that we're gonna be good next year. You feel optimistic about it, but we almost made the playoffs in 2022. We thought we was gonna be straight last year after building off of 2022. No, we were the worst team in football. We were. We were. So they need to figure out how to win these games. We need to figure out how to win these games. But this run defense, man, and don't tell me that Derrick Brown is going to cure all our woes, because we were bad against the run last year with Derrick. I'm at the point in my life where I think I can run for 100. And I told y'all last week, if 5'7", 190-pound Bucky Irvin can do it, can run for 120, 150 on us, I can give us 100. I can give him 100 today. I can give him 100. The way they get pushed around, I can give him 100. I'm in the gym. I work out. I squat a lot of weight. I got the leg drive. I might give him 100. I might. People are religiously running for 200 yards on us. It's nasty work. It's nasty work. But yeah, I'm really hoping. So I'm bringing the old stuff, triggering the PTSD. Listen, man, I got to. But I'm really like, these refs, man. These refs are killing me as well. I'm really, because like that early on, that horrible Thielen spot, why did it come to that? Why did it come to that? That horrible Thielen spot. It shouldn't have came to that. I mean, they fixed it, but it shouldn't have came to that. Chuba Hubbard. I thought he scored. They challenged it. We didn't get it. I thought he scored. I thought he scored. But who am I? Who am I? And in the XL drop, it was closer than it seemed. They should have took a split second. It took one or two replays to realize that he didn't catch, but they could have at least took a second look. They didn't. Business as usual. Play clock kept rolling. Somebody talked about it. It worked in our favor. They missed that face mask that Josie Jewell made. Blind. This is bad, man. It's really bad, because like even the Eagles getting hosed. This is bad. This is bad, man. Like, it yeah. I just don't know what else to say. It's something new every week when it comes to these refs. It's something new every week. Yeah, the camera angles, exactly. They had the angle this week. It's something new every week, man. For real, for real. But nah, shout out to Josie Jewell, though. Josie Jewell been playing ball the past, what, ever? Ever since like week 1, he was getting smoked against the Saints. Josie Jewell's actually played pretty good ball, especially since he's been back from the injury. Yeah. Yeah, Hunter, we get hold every game. But Josie Jewell's been playing good ball. I'm really, really happy about what we've gotten from him. Like being able to blitz. Was got sacked. They said he had a sack in 3 straight games. That Giants game, he went absolutely berserk. You know what I'm saying? So it just feels like Josie is really doing his thing. But like I talked about, this defense just doesn't play well as a cohesive unit because we got another good performance from Ashawn Robinson. Played good against the run, had a sack on Jalen Hurts. He's not even a pass rusher. But everybody's not doing the right thing at the right time on the right play at the same time. This is a very assignment-driven system. It's system over players. Everybody has to do their job. Everybody's not doing their job. That's why I've been blaming the coaching. That's why I've been blaming the coaching. Because I don't know. And y'all are naming defensive players, but I'm trying to figure out who's going to be the system fit. What system we running? What system are we running? What system? Because Graham is a good player, but Graham doesn't have long arms. We like length. He's a more of a get up field type of 3 technique type of guy that needs to be in an attacking style system. I mean, he could make the switch and convert if you put him in that system, but I think he's better off in a more attacking style system. Who knows? Who knows? DB made that transition, but I'm not sure. What system we running next year? That's going to be a big determining factor on what direction we go defensively in the draft. Dante Pope, what up, though? Yeah, Moy said it. We need to learn to capitalize on early opportunities in the game. Then we don't have to have last minute final drives each game. I had the thought myself. The thing is, guys, if we raise the overall talent of the team, we don't need a Bryce Young game-winning drive every week to win games. We can win these games comfortably. We could be singing Sweet Caroline with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter if we take advantage of the opportunities that's there. These games don't have to be interesting. They always find a way to make it that way. But they don't have to be interesting. If we raise the overall talent on the team, we don't need every Bryce Young win doesn't have to be a game-winning come from behind drive. They're cute, they're cool, they're legacy building, but I want to be chilling. I don't want to be stressed. I don't want to be standing up. Got my back sweating. Gotta check my deodorant in the third quarter because I'm sweating. I don't need that. I don't need that. I want to be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to see. Yeah, I thought Canales' play calling was pretty good today. I think Canales' play calling is pretty good today. But yeah, we need to raise the talent offensively or defensively, man. It gives us more room for error. It gives us more room for error. But it gets to the point that Bryce Young can just do his job, and then when we need him to be clutch, he can be clutch. It shouldn't have to be we have to play perfect. It shouldn't be one Bryce mistake loses us the game. Didn't Jared Goff threw what? He had a game. How many picks he threw that game? Jared Goff had that one game. What did he do? Let me find that. Let me find them stats. I don't remember what game it was. Yeah, he had 5 picks. Jared Goff played the Texans. Jared Goff had 5 interceptions, and they still won the game. 5 interceptions versus Houston, and they still won the game by 3. When do we build a team that can be like that? When do we build a team that can be like that, where our quarterback can go out there and throw 5 picks and we still win the game? Bryce Young throws 1, and it's the difference because our kicker gonna miss a field goal, or our receiver's gonna drop passes, or our defense gonna give up 200 yards. When are we gonna build a team where we can have 5 picks and have that kind of room for error? We shouldn't be playing with our butts tight all game because we nervous. We need to be able to build a roster where there could be more room for error. We need to build a team that can be that talented. Until we get close to that, we're not there yet. Because these almost wins, the mistakes that we're making, they feel like they're devastating for us because we don't have the talent to be able to overcome it. Yeah, if Bryce did that, it would be over with. They would be nailing him to the cross. Literally crucifying that man. But there were just a lot of turning points in the game. But like I said, that missed sack before the half was big. The challenge on the goal line was big because I think we needed that timeout, but grand scheme of things, whatever. Bryce's interception that gave them points before the half, it allowed them to double dip. That middle 8, the last 4 minutes of the half and that first 4 minutes of the half are big. We did get the stop coming out of halftime, but still, allowing them to get that touchdown when they've been struggling all day off that turnover, it was big. And Bryce just overthrew it. Thielen ain't that fast, bro. He old. He didn't. You got to hold up the safety a little bit, so he can't get over the top. But the safety got over the top. He made a hell of a play. He made a hell of a play. Sometimes you got to shake his hand too. The Excel drop was huge, but and I saved it for the end. But Eddie Pinheiro, man. Eddie P. It's not a secret that I'm not the biggest Eddie fan, and I don't think anybody is at this point. I think the experiment is over. You could clearly see why they brought in competition. Eddie's officially in his head now. I think Eddie might be cooked. Ever since he was crowned the most accurate kicker in NFL history, it's feel like it's been a downward spiral. Said Eddie Pinheiro needs to get a job at Panera. For a guy that's nickname is Dinero, he has not been money. He has not been credit. He has not been food stamps. This dude has not been money at all. And he wanted the bag. Again, confidence, bro. It's up here. And when he lost that Falcons game, and I talk about Grace, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite because I talked about Grace, but Eddie, one, ain't no rookie. Two, kicking is all about mental. Once your mental is cooked, it's over. Once you show that you unclutch, it's over, in my opinion. I think it might be over for Justin Tucker. Eddie's a good kicker when we losing games and we selling for field goals in the red zone and we just trying not to get shut out. So we need to get 3 points on the board to make it look respectable. But now that we actually competing and the games are tight and actually mean something, the Eddie that we thought he was starts to show up. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. The dude has one job, and that's why we so hard. You have one job, and that's why we so hard on him. Like I said, it's a cute story to make all these 40 inside of, he's made this amount of kicks inside of 40 yards. When we not doing nothing, when it don't matter. But this is what, 3? You got first, you missed the Falcons game. That could have been a legacy game for Steve Wilkes. It could have put us in the playoffs potentially. It would have capped off a P.J. Walker and DJ Moore, one of the most infamous plays in NFL history. It could have solidified that. You blew it. Legacy changing. The other week, you missed 2 of them things. A division win for Dave Canales against his former team at home with Bryce in overtime. You blew it. And then today, you missed an extra point. And instead of being 17, whatever it was at the time, it's 16 now. And then they kick a field, and they score a touchdown, and they say, hell, let's go for 2. And it just changed the whole dynamic of the game. You have one job, man. One job. It's frustrating, man. Yeah, I think Eddie is gone next year. He's going to be a free agent. He wanted that deal. He held out of camp. Kudos to the front office and the team for standing on business. Literally stood on business, brought in competition. Not only did they say we're not paying you, they brought in competition. The competition wasn't worth nothing, but they brought in competition. They had the right idea. They know Eddie is limited. You can't be unclutched and have a weak leg. You change the coaching and the mentality. Because if we don't think you can kick these field goals and we in that dead zone between the 35 and whatever, and we got to go for it because it's 4th and 8 or medium, or we have to punt because it's 4th and long, that changes the game. You change our decision making when we know we can't trust you. It's hard to coach like that. It is. It's hard. So kudos to the front office for standing on business. Kudos to them for legit asking Eddie, who do you think you are? Asking Eddie, who do you think you are? Holding out. Come on, man. Holding out? Who do you think you are? Shout out to Knucklehead K. He said, where is the thicker kicker? Call him up. He was tripping in practice and stuff, man. So the thicker kicker, they had to let him go. I don't even think he's in the league right now. But I wouldn't mind try. I guarantee you. What you gotta do? You ain't gotta sign nobody. Don't sign anybody. Don't sign no kicker. Don't even care about it. Don't even care about it. Just bring in, tomorrow is the workout day. Bring in a couple kickers to work out. Matter of fact, wait for Tuesday when the players report. Bring in a couple kickers to try out, just to see and leak some news to the media that the Panthers have brought in 3 kickers to try out. Just bring in a couple. You ain't gotta have no intent on signing them. Just bring them in. Just bring him in. I guarantee you he tighten up. I guarantee you he tightens up. I guarantee you Eddie will tighten up. You bring in some competition. Just bring in somebody with a known strong leg. Just do it. I guarantee you he tighten up. Yeah, man, we all been out on him since he let us down in Atlanta, man. Unforgivable. Probably mess up his mental even worse. It worked in camp. Bring in some competition. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it, man. I guarantee you he'll tighten up. He'll tighten up. But yeah, man, I'm sick, man. I'm really sick. And it's hard for me to feel good about these games where we're supposed to win. And that's just the takeaway. If you don't take away nothing else from this live stream, I don't feel good about games we're supposed to win. When we have the chance, it's right in front of us. Don't show me steak and lobster if you're going to take it away. I want to win. Don't show me the chance to win. Don't show me the fact that we got a chance to beat the best team, second best team in the NFC, or the potential Super Bowl champs a couple weeks ago, or the probably division champs. Don't put steak and lobster in my face and I can't eat it. I want to eat it. I want to taste that. I want a knife. Pass me some Heinz 57. Pass me some Heinz 50. I want it all. I'm putting the beer, but I want it all. I don't want to just taste it and smell it. I don't want to see it sizzling, walking past my plate. You know, you be at Applebee's, they had them sizzling fajitas, and they pass by and everybody turn their head. And you want that, but you ain't got it because you ordered something else. I don't want to be watching it. I don't want to smell it. I want to taste it. I want to eat. I'm trying to feast on these wins, bro. Knocking off these Goliaths and we David. I'm trying to win, man. No moral victories. Pass the A1. I'm a Heinz 57 guy, man. I don't mind A1 if it's there, if they don't got no 57, but give me that 57 first. Give me that 57 first. Yeah, the kicker's been on one. So we done turn this into an A1 versus 57 debate in the chat. Here we go. Somebody just gave me a thumbs down for saying that I prefer 57. Crazy. This is crazy. Somebody gave me a thumbs down for saying I like 57. Y'all, tough crowd. Tough crowd, man. Tough crowd. What you mean no debate? We debating it right now. You could put 57 is way more versatile. Heinz 57 is way more versatile. You can put it on chicken, fish, shrimp. At least I did say ketchup. Who do I look like? Patrick Mahomes? Who do I look like? Patrick Mahomes? Man, what you think? Good steaks don't need either. Fair. I don't eat well done. I like medium or medium well. It depends on who cooking it. But I like a medium well. I'm somewhere in there. He said I can eat 57 with French fries. Said medium rare char, no sauce. You better than me. I can't eat no medium rare. That's gonna make my stomach hurt. It's 57 steak sauce. Yeah, 57 is steak sauce. It's all kind of sauce. Hot sauce on steak? We done turned this thing into a food debate. Y'all about to turn me into Keith Lee. Y'all about to turn me into Keith Lee and start doing food reviews on this channel. Unnecessary bluntness food talk. I want the cow to still be moving. You lost me, dog. You lost me, dog. I ain't trying to kill the steak. I mean, I'm not a fan of killing the steak twice, killing the cow twice. You know what I'm saying? I ain't for killing the steak twice, but I'm not trying to chase my food across my plate because it's still the heart's still beating. I'm not trying to eat the steak while the heart's still beating. I ain't trying to do that. I ain't trying to do that. Y'all killing me, man. Y'all killing me, man. Aaron Pat said, if he's Forrest Dunk, so who could be against us? Stamp it now. Preach, brother. Oh, man. Philip said, Philip said, if my cow ain't moving, I ain't going. I ain't going. Oh, man. I'm crying, bro. Y'all funny. Y'all cheering me up. I said I was sick, but y'all cheering me up. I appreciate y'all. This is why we get on these live streams, man. We here to lighten the mood, make each other feel better. We all we got as Panthers fans, man. We the only folks crazy enough to stick beside this godforsaken team. We the only folks crazy enough on this planet to stick beside this godforsaken team who's been trashed so long, but it's starting to look a little bit better. We actually competing, finally competing, acting like we belong and that we don't need to be moved to Portland or to Germany. Well done is how you strengthen your jawline. All right, man, I gotta get off here, man. He said, buddy is a Neanderthal. He eating steaks he eating the way they came, bro. He eating the way they came. Oh, man. I gotta get off here, man. I gotta go get me some food. I'm hungry now. I need some noodles or something. Yeah, man, we the only ones sticking beside this team, man. We all we got, man. We I know we beef and bicker. We all disagree about stuff. It got a little weird in the chat a little earlier, man. It got a little weird earlier in the chat. I just ignored it. But we all still Panthers fans, man. We all want the same thing. We're trying to get a Super Bowl before we leave this earth. Trying to see a Super Bowl before we leave this earth. Because Lord knows if we win a ring, I'm gonna be acting a donkey. I'm gonna be acting a donkey at the parade. I'm gonna be acting a donkey at the parade. Yeah, but yeah, man, another tough loss. We'll break it down. We'll see what the film breakdown is gonna be. I gotta look at the tape and see how stuff comes out. But I'm gonna start some draft content this week, man. Y'all stay tuned. With flavored noodles, I have beef, but I like ramen. Not like, I call it not top ramen, but like the actual type of ramen, like where you drop an egg in it, put a little bit of chives in that thing. I try to be authentic. I went to a Korean barbecue spot and I had some ramen, some authentic ramen. I've been hooked. So get something for me, Mr. Duncan. I got you. Yeah, I talked about Brooks, man. I'm sick. That's part of the reason why I'm sick. That's part of the reason why I'm absolutely sick. Yeah, Canales is that dude, man. I like Canales, man. He's been steady. Like I said, he hasn't aged. He survived, bro. He survived the worst, it seems like. We just got to turn around and finish these games. We got to turn around and finish these games. So we'll be around to break it down. I'll probably do a Panthers news video tomorrow once we get the Brooks news and whatever else comes out. Film breakdown, of course, this week. If you want to support the channel, please check out the Patreon, man. You're going to get film breakdowns, patreon.com/UB Sports Talk. We about to really crank up on this draft content since the division is getting clearer. The vision is getting clear on what this team needs. Said he don't like the egg. The egg is dope, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You drop that egg in there, man, in that hot boiling water. You can't make it in the microwave. You gotta boil it. You gotta drop that egg in there, man, and whip it up. Whip it up in there. Yeah, restaurant quality ramen be slapped. That's what I'm saying. It changed my life. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's better than top. I mean, I like my top ramen. I'm not gonna lie. It's good when it needs to. When I have time to actually make real ramen, I get my chopsticks and everything. Put that little egg in there. We move. Yeah, man. I hope for the best. Prayers up for Blackshear. He went to the hospital with that chest injury. Thoughts and prayers for Brooks with that knee. It's tough, man. It's tough. Dunkin' Donuts new restaurant sponsor. Tell them to hit my email. I just boil a boot or a shoe and put it in ketchup. The soft-boiled egg hits, bro. I'm telling you, man. But all right, man. I love y'all. Check out the Patreon if you have not. Peace, man. Love, peace, chicken grease. Take it easy.